How do you make an album, an EP, a single, music in 2025? How do you do it? Well, shoot, it's almost halfway through December of the year. All right, we're going to call this video How to Make Music in 2026. Hi friends, my name's Matt Daring and I am an indie folk rock artist, or as I like to say, suburban dad folk rock, because I'm also a part-time stay-at-home dad, part-time doing music for a church, and then I do all of this as a musician, songwriter, producer in the music world. And if I was making music in 2026, I would do it the same way I did music in 2025. Well, 2024 and 2025. Because about this time last year, I was in San Diego recording my latest EP, Developing. And I would do it in these 3 steps. 1, dream big. 2, keep working hard. And 3, do the dang thing. Okay, but what does any of that mean? So for me, dreaming big was this. I asked Tyson Motsenbocker, who you may not know, but is a singer-songwriter that I really enjoy. And I figured out he was a producer. And so I just asked, would you produce me? I think sometime in like 2021 or 2022, he hosted an online songwriting course, which was perfect because I live in Texas. He lives in California. It would have been really hard to justify flying out there for a couple-hour songwriting course. And then I had his email. So then about a year or so later, I emailed him and asked if he would be interested in producing me. And after a back and forth, a bunch of emails and recordings and this and that, he said yes. So that was my big, crazy goal. Was I said, Tyson, would you produce me? And he said yes. So step 2, keep working hard, was I had to finish writing all the songs. I had a handful of songs that we had talked about, but I knew there were other songs I wanted to finish. And so it was working through that and getting all those things done. And as a quick side note, most of songwriting, most of being an artist is in step 2. A lot of it really is. So maybe I can talk about that in another video, maybe not. If you want to hear more about what my step 2, if you will, working hard, kind of the daily habit of songwriting is like for me, just let me know in the comments. I'd love to help you. And so then from there, from working hard, step 3 was executing on it, doing the dang thing. And so that was December of last year. I flew out, and over the process of 3 days, we made scratch tracks the first day, took it to the studio to record 4 full band tracks, and then back to Tyson's studio to do a more acoustic track. And so it came out great. The 4 songs I did with the band were Pines, Developing, Yesterday, and Seasons, and the more acoustic track that I did was Ghosts. And it made some awesome music. Now, here's the cool part from there. So I did all of that. I came home. It wasn't done. Had to wait for mix and masters. If you're not familiar with that, is you get all the parts together, and you got to make it sound good because volumes can be different, compression, the EQ, reverb, no reverb, delay, no delay. Then you send it through a final compression phase called mastering. And once Tyson and I were both like, this is it, this is perfect, let's do it, and we're done. And so from there, for me personally, I wanted to have a professional artist work on some of the graphics. I want to have a professional photographer do my photos. I did all that. And then the cool thing is, as an indie musician, all I need is about $30 a year, if I wanted to post all of that then, as well as much music as I wanted, out to streaming sources through like DistroKid or TuneCore. They'll push it to everybody for roughly $30 a year. And so if I was gonna do it, which I'm gonna do it, recording music and releasing music in 2026, I'd dream big, I'd keep working hard, and I'd do the dang thing. If you have any questions on those 3 steps, or if you're like, I don't even know how to start, let me know in the comments. I would love to help figure out how you can release music in 2026. Also, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more about things like this in the music world as an indie musician who's also juggling other plates of being a dad and working a part-time job and being a husband, let me know. And you can subscribe to hear more about what recording my last EP was like. I'm going to go through some different funny moments of making the songs, what the songs are about, and I'll be releasing them all here on my channel. Until next time, keep rocking.